Ever stuck in a loop of harmful behavior that you just can't seem to shake off? Are you always looking for other people's approval but still can't seem to find happiness and satisfaction within yourself? Ever looked at yourself in the mirror and felt like you are not good enough, like you wish you could change who you are or how you behave? If you can relate to the questions I asked, or if you know someone who is fighting these challenges, let me tell you that these challenges arise in our lives because of our inability to develop behavior flexibility. Behavior inflexibility is an insidious loop that we enter, and we are sometimes oblivious to the truth that certain behaviors must change for us to turn into a new leaf and experience a joyous life. This video will help you break out of these never-ending loops of unwanted and disempowering behaviors by using my 5-step EBF framework, that is the Enabling Behavior Flexibility Framework, to overcome behavior inflexibility and embrace flexibility to start living the life you desire and deserve. Have you ever noticed the intriguing breakdown of the word behave? Be and have. It suggests that when we be a certain way, we have certain things or experiences. This concept can be applied to various aspects of our lives, from personal growth to professional success. So let's explore it further and see how we can cultivate behavior flexibility in our lives. Step 1 of this framework is understanding behavior. The concept of behavior and its impact on our lives is quite intriguing. Our behavior is a reflection of who we are and what we possess. It's like a mirror that shows us the corresponding outcomes of our actions. However, what if we find ourselves in a situation where our behavior and true desires do not align? In such cases, it becomes crucial to practice behavior flexibility, which can help us overcome this mismatch and bring us closer to the desired outcomes. In this video, I will give you different steps that will help you achieve behavior flexibility, like I said, and eventual success in your personal and professional endeavors. And I do this by getting to the next step in the framework. We got to move on to the next step. And what is it? Breaking free from attachment. Only fools get too attached to their behavior. It's a common tendency to get attached to our behavior, but such an approach can lead to rigidity and inflexibility. I can attest to this fact as someone who has been there before. When we start defining ourselves solely by our behaviors, we limit our potential for growth and development. If you are wondering what it is to define yourself solely by your behaviors, let me give you a few examples of the language of inflexibility. See if you can relate to these sentences. I don't trust anyone else to do things right. I feel more comfortable doing everything myself to make sure it's done right. I'm not a fan of compromising. I like things done my way and won't change my mind. It's my way or the highway. I'm not really into taking advice from others. I already know what works for me. So I don't really need anyone else telling me what to do. I gotta stick to my routine. If I miss my morning workout, the whole day feels messed up. I am not really into trying new things. I prefer to what I know because it feels safe. Ask yourself, for how long will you continue to identify with your behaviors and be inflexible? When will you realize that behaviors are habits that have been programmed inside our minds? It is like a software that runs to achieve a certain outcome. And when you look at behaviors as a software program, you will develop a detached perspective. You will know that you were not born with these behaviors. You learned them as you grew. You must learn to look at them for what they are. A series of thoughts and actions that produce an outcome. This is the wisdom that can break you free from the attachment you have towards your deeply ingrained or programmed behaviors. You will understand that you are not your behavior. You need not be your behavior. you will see that behaviors are a choice and you can choose to be different. To embrace behavior flexibility, you need to embrace step number 3, called embracing change. It's important to recognize that in order to grow and improve ourselves, we must be willing to let go of old habits and embrace change. Holding on to familiar behaviors can provide a sense of security, but it can also hinder our progress and prevent us from reaching our full potential. Evolving into the best version of ourselves requires a willingness to try new things, take risks, and step outside our comfort zones. It's important to remember that our identity should never hold us back from achieving our desired outcomes. By being open to change, we can discover new opportunities and reach new heights of personal growth and fulfillment. Now let's look at step number 4, learning from experience. Allow me to recount a personal experience I had during my professional journey. Over the course of my career, I have conducted well over 1,000 seminars and workshops, each presenting its own unique set of challenges. I distinctly recall a time when I was so committed to delivering the highest possible value to my attendees that it ended up backfiring on me. My unwavering focus on a certain approach led to a noticeable decline in the number of registrations. It wasn't until later that I realized I had become rigid in my ways. Failing to recognize the adaptability was the key to achieving success. And the final step is to adopting behavior flexibility. So continuing with my example, what did I do? I adopted behavior flexibility. After realizing that my rigid approach was not always effective in meeting people's needs, I decided to embrace behavior flexibility. I swallowed my pride and made an effort to adjust my approach based on the situation at hand. I started focusing on meeting people's immediate needs while also keeping an eye out for opportunities to guide them towards deeper learning opportunities. I found that by being open and flexible, I was able to connect with people at a deeper level and build more meaningful relationships. It was a learning experience for me, but the results were worth it. My new approach worked like a charm, and I was able to achieve better outcomes for both myself and the people I was working with. Let's liberate ourselves from the constraints of rigid conduct. My companions, it's time to welcome adaptability, flexibility, and development. Keep in mind that the objective is not to alter your personality, but to evolve into the finest version of yourself. So, which behaviors are impeding your progress? It's time to release them and reach new heights. Thanks for listening, and until next time, be open to change and take charge.